So what we have in-house today is Razer's response to the lightweight mouse trend, the Viper. No, not that Viper from 2004 that boasted 1,000 DPI. This is an all-new design, and honestly, I'm really happy with the way they handled this. This is not another honeycomb design. And it's a true ambidextrous mouse, so if you're a lefty, this might be what you've been waiting for. There's a lot to like here. We're gonna check it out. You ready? Let's go. Yo, I'm Brian P. You're watching BadSeed Tech, and today we're taking a look at the Viper lightweight esports gaming mouse from Razer. For transparency, this was sent out by Razer for review, but as you should know by now, doesn't affect my review in any way. Now, before we jump into this review today, I have to be honest about the fact that until quite recently, I thought that branding something as an esports product was more of a meme than anything. Zowie mice have had a hand in changing my mind about this, but Razer designed this product to be an esports mouse from the ground up, taking feedback from CSGO champs and Dota 2 champs, guys like Taco and Arteezy, and it really shows in the overall design. Retailing for $79.99 US, we have a lightweight, solid body mouse with a weight of 69 grams, 126 millimeters long, 62 millimeters wide at the front, 66 at the rear, and 60 millimeters wide at the grip, with a height of 38 millimeters. It is a true ambi mouse, having side buttons on both the left and right sides of the body, so by design, this will be more accessible than the vast majority of mice in this category. Main clicks here are provided by Razer's new optical mouse switch. That means it uses light to trigger, and that makes it special for a few reasons. Number one, it's fast. According to Razer, this has an actuation time of 0.2 milliseconds. Number two, there's no physical contact needed inside the switch to trigger it, so something like accidental double clicks really aren't a thing. Because of this, you don't need any sort of debounce delay because there's no debounce to control in the first place. And third, this also increases durability. This switch is rated for 70 million clicks. That's 20 million more than the closest 50 mil Omron switch. If you're a big fan of really snappy, crispy clicks, this might not be for you. This is a softer feeling, more muted click than I've seen in quite a while. The scroll wheel is a light, tactile, 24-step wheel. No wobble at all, feels really sturdy, and it's not tough to actuate either. Feels great, I'm a fan. Side buttons, while plentiful, are smaller than I'd like. Honestly, I'm spoiled by the S-Series big side buttons. Minimal side travel though, and a deliberate actuation force, you won't be accidentally triggering these. The shell itself is a heavy matte plastic, feels almost PBT. Triggers are separate from the body, and this is an area where I am gonna knock this mouse because the triggers don't feel 100% stable here. There is some lateral, like side-to-side wobble, and some rattle. Side panels are a light rubber. You also get a Razer logo that is chroma controlled, and it's got like a cool frosted look to it as well, as it's behind the coating. When the mouse is off, you don't even realize there's a logo here. By default, this will color cycle. Cable here is a new design as well. This is Razer's SpeedFlex cable. It's braided and paracord-like. It trails behind other recent releases from Final Mouse and Glorious in terms of flexibility, and it's a far cry from a true paracord mod. If you put this against a standard mouse cable though, it's a big step forward. The cable exit from the body is also sharply angled upwards, so they did hit that detail. It won't be a cable that gets in your way, but I would still recommend a bungee here. And it's got a new weave on the outer too to help reduce drag. On the underside, we've got Razer's 5G sensor, 16,000 DPI, 1,000 Hertz polling rate, and that is adjustable in the software. Mouse feet come in the form of a strip across the front, a larger glide on the heel, and also a smaller ring around the sensor. It has more glide on the AMP 500 than anything I own right now, including hyperglides. Also, here's the DPI switch, which has 5 different steps that are permanently saved in the mouse, stepped at 400, 800, 1800, 2400, and 3200. These can be changed in Synapse as well, and the changes are actually saved to the mouse so it travels with. So now would be a good time to talk about how the software is implemented here, because I know that Synapse software is a stopping block for some people when it comes to purchasing a Razer mouse. First and foremost, if you intend to use this mouse in its stock config, you never even have to install the software. I want to say that again for the people in the back. You don't ever have to install it. This mouse is 100% plug and play out of the box on any machine. If you want macros, chroma support for the logo, the ability to refine the DPI steps, and the ability to remap buttons, you can use Synapse 3. Razer has recently made it to where you can now use Synapse offline in the event you don't want to set up an account. So size and shape wise, this is going to land it right in between like a Zowie S1 or S2 in terms of measurements. Even though it's as long as the S1, in hand it's going to feel much more like an S2 because it has the same grip width and the same height. Fills the hand a little more, but it really feels very similar. The weight difference is noticeable. We're talking 69 grams versus 82 grams on the S2, or 13 grams lighter for the Viper. For the same reason, it's also going to feel fairly similar to a G Pro wireless. Again, similar length, similar grip width. The difference here is that the Viper is a full 2 millimeters shorter and 11 grams lighter. For me, the fight really is between the S2 and the Viper. If you're a lefty, there is no fight. For everyone else, the Viper takes a W for the more flexible cable, the far superior feeling and sounding scroll wheel that's also 24 steps. I like the coating better here too if we're talking matte versus matte. And of course, there's RGB if that's the stat you care about, and it's 13 grams lighter. The S2 takes it in click feel and side buttons, and the triggers are solid. Zowie also allows for lift-off distance adjustment and polling rate adjustment on the hardware. I'm also usually a fan of Zowie's feet, but the Viper feet here are actually faster, smooth as silk on my AMP 500, which I'm now running full time. Versus the Model O, it has a similar grip width and height, though the Model O feels a lot bigger in the hand, and it's considerably longer, even though it's only a couple grams lighter. It'll be really interesting to see how the O- stacks up. In terms of performance, I ran these down for quite a while in Kovacs. I play exactly spot on with how I play on the S2. This won't be a main for me personally due to my hand size, which is 20.5 centimeters palm to fingertip and 10.5 centimeters across. Size-wise, this makes the S1 a better fit for me. But overall, I gotta say, I'm a fan. It does a lot right, like a lot. And it doesn't feel like just another face in the crowd in the incoming wave of Swiss cheese mice. And they could have gone lighter with the weight. I asked, they actually could have, but they determined through testing and feedback that this is an ideal weight for both speed and stability. I love the fact that this mouse is plug and play, that you don't need to use Synapse. I love the coating, the sides, love the scroll wheel, and the cable here is passable among the current stock paracord options. I'm excited about the idea of the optical switch, but in real world performance, it didn't offer me any advantage per se, and it's impossible for me to substantiate any claims about long-term durability of that switch. As a whole, the mouse feels built very well, but the triggers have more play than I'd like to see, and there is some rattle there. If you're already into Razer gear, this is probably a definite buy for you. If you're a lefty, this is a really attractive option as well if you've been feeling stuck on the sidelines for all the recent releases. Big thanks to Razer for sending this out. If this is a sign of things to come from them, they are definitely on the right track. As always, I will leave affiliate links in the description below, but copies are already on Best Buy shelves. By the time you see this video, they'll be available for purchase. Any questions over anything I covered today, just hit me in the comments or drop by the Discord. And that's it for this time. I'm Brian P. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, stay up.